What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Neil K Trades or Neil K Trading. Today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I journal every single entry that I take, every single trade, and how I'm able to use this to my advantage, how I can go back, review my trades, give them a rating, and just how I'm able to go back, look at what went right, what went wrong, regardless of the outcome. In trading, being able to collect data, being able to look at what works and what doesn't, arguably is a really good edge, and it's what separates you from 99% of traders that don't do this. So, a lot of people don't keep a journal of their trades. They just do executions. Whenever they win, they get happy. They'll pull out their phone. They'll take screenshots, but they don't actually write down what they saw, the confluences, none of that. What they do is they just get happy, get a quick dopamine spike, go to the next trade, end up losing because they have no edge. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I got that edge and exactly how I'm able to use this to my advantage. So enough yapping, let's just jump right into it. So if you don't already have an account with Notion, it's completely free. Go sign up for it. I'll have the link in my description for a Notion. So let's just get right into it. So this is what happens when you sign up for Notion. You'll see it'll ask you, how do you want to use Notion? So it's for work, for personal life, for school. So for me, I just say for personal life. You can say for work, but this is for me trading. So you can download the desktop app. That's what I use. You can sync it with your calendar. You don't really need to do all of that. So let's say getting ready, you'll have this welcome to Notion, and you'll have like a sample to-do list here. So what you want to do, I'm just going to go ahead and delete these. I'll just keep that one. You want to go ahead and click this add new button, and what I do is I'm just going to start off with empty database. So here we are. This is just a pure empty database, and I'm going to call this my trading journal. So if you want, you can add an icon like a stock chart, whatever color you want. You can add a description. You can add like a little background cover. They have tons of options. Like you can just look up like stocks. So boom, tons of different backgrounds you can use. For the sake of time, I'm just gonna. You can put like your interests, your hobbies. For the sake of time, I'm just gonna look up cars. It's a pretty cool LaFerrari here. That looks kind of bad. Maybe this old Porsche. But yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, let's just go with that. So boom, you have the cover, and over here you'll see this is like a table. So we're gonna stick with this. So first of all, what I like to do is I like to show what I'm trading first. So typically I just type in NQ1, whatever index I'm trading. But yeah, so what I do is I just put like my pair that I'm trading. So index/pair, give it a title, and again you can change like the icon if you want. So pair, we'll just do cherry for the pairs that I'm trading. And yeah, you just type in NQ1, or if you're trading ES or S&P, you can do ES1, whatever you want. So boom, we have that. Now here's where the actual important stuff comes in. We're going to go ahead and add properties. So in my trading journal, I like tracking P&L. I like tracking my confluences. So that's like the main thing I wanted to track is confluences. So let's just start off with that. So add property. You want to go to multi-select. So when you click multi-select, you can change the name to confluences. Boom. So now you have options. So you can start creating options here. So go to edit property, go to add option, and then for example, I like starting off with liquidity. So liquidity, boom, that's one option. So what else do I trade? I use inverse fair value gaps, so IFEGs. I use change in state delivery. I do use equal high slash equal, yeah, I'm just gonna do equal high slash low. Normal fair value gaps. If you trade order blocks, you can do order blocks. If you use like new day opening gaps such as that, you can do nwog, ndog for new day and new week opening gaps. So just whatever you use to trade like your main confluences, you can put them here. So whenever I enter a trade, I'll go type in my index, go to confluences, and you can, like, just for say example, I found we had a sweep of liquidity, we inversed the fair value gap, and we got a change in state of delivery, and we're moving towards equal highs / lows. These are all my confluences here, so I can make that a little wider. So these are all my confluences I used. So next up, I like doing my like win or loss. So I'm just gonna do select, go to edit property, add an option, win, loss, break even, so BE, and stopped in profit. So typically I'll do losses red, win is green, break even's yellow, and stop in profit's blue. So boom, this is like whether like outcome, so I'll name this outcome, and then you can select, say it was a win, boom, you won. If it was a loss, boom, you lost. So this really makes it easy for you to track your trade. So that's the outcome. Next we'll do P&L, so I'll do number, change it to PNL, and then over here you can do like 1000, boom. So notice how it's just a plain number right now. You can change it to be a USD. So if you come here to number format, you can change it to US dollar. So boom, $1,000. If you lose a trade, you like minus 400, boom, it'll take that into account. Okay, so I've just realized I forgot a really important thing, trade date. So usually I'll put that at the very start. So say this is a trade I took on Monday, boom, you have the date down. So my bad, you just go to the plus button, hit trade date, or like you'll have a calendar, boom, select it, you get a calendar view. So I also forgot the trade direction. So in this case I'll do another select, I'll do direction, go to edit property, add an option, so you can do long and you can do short. So I'm not going to really mess with the colors, just keep it there. So yeah, I'll typically do that second. So if I'm shorting, I'll do short. If I'm longing, I'll do long. So next up, I'll do comments. So any comments I have to make. So instead of text, you just change it to comments. Boom. So you can just have any of your thoughts written down on this. So if it was a really good trade, I took a really good trade up to equal highs. Boom. So that's your trade, like comments. You can add as much as you want. They're not going anywhere. Next up, we'll do a trade score. So again, we'll do another multi-select. I'm gonna change this to score. So there's like a book symbol. So I'll go to multi-select, edit property, add an option. So first of all, I'm just gonna add A+, so it's like as good as it gets. Then I'm gonna do A/A minus. Then I'm gonna do B/B+. Then I'm gonna do B minus and C+, and then I'm gonna do F. So that's typically how I'll score my trades. Yeah, it's either banger, almost a banger, okay trades, and then just terrible. So you can change the colors however you want. So typically I'll do F is red, A is green, then I'll just kind of go down the scale. So like blue, B is like yellow, this is more like a brown, and then F. So you can just give yourself like a score. So I typically score myself based on how many of these confluences have been validated. So if all my confluences are valid, then it's an A+. If one of them gets invalidated but still goes to my outcome, I'll select A-. And if like all of them get invalidated, that's a F, and it's a failed trade. So it's kind of think of it like that. Next up, not many people do this, but I like to do mood. So if you go to number, click on it, edit property, and it'll do like a bar. So this is on a scale of 10. So if it's like 5, boom. If it's a 7, boom. Like just however my stress level is, I will write that down. Usually I'm pretty good. I've gotten good at knowing if I'm like really stressed or not. So I'll typically do that. Lastly, I'll do another multi-select, and I'm going to change that to mood. And real quick, I'm going to change this back to trade score. And then under mood, I'm going to go to add options. So scared, I'll add happy, angry, neutral. Like those are some of the ones I'll do. Typically I'll just do these 4 because like either you're scared, you're happy, you're angry, or you're neutral, typically in trading. So you want it to be as neutral like as much as possible. And again, change the colors however you want. Happy green, angry red, scared is like blue, and neutral is yellow. So yeah, so to say this was a good trade, boom, neutral. So that is exactly how I'll like write down my main confluences, outcome, P&L, my comments, my trade score, stress level, mood, my direction that I'm going in, and then trade date along with the pair. So that is just the first part. This just gives me an idea of how it's going, like how I'm doing. So let's just put in an example trade here. So next up, I want you guys to rename this to journal or table journal. And next up, you want to click this add new view, and then what I like to do is calendar. Okay, so next up, as you can see, the calendar is just bare. It just shows you the name of the index that you're trading. So if you go to settings, go to visibility, you can turn on and turn off like a couple of things. So I like to see my P&L. So as you can see, the P&L is there. The trade date I don't need. I like to see my trade score, and I like to see the direction along with my confluences. So that just kind of gives me a layout of what I'm working with. So another thing is if you guys go down to like, if you click into the journal, anything down here you can like copy and paste a trade. So let's just quickly go to trading view, take a quick screenshot, go back to this, hit paste, boom, you'll have your view of your trade. So if you also want to save it to your computer, you can go to add property, and you can go to files and media, so you can do chart work. You can drag it all the way to the down. So anything you have, like any files, any media you have, you just hit choose file, upload your chart work, and boom, it'll get added onto that. So my bad, I forgot to add that bit. So next up, this is really important for me. I like seeing my wins. So to showcase my wins, and like so I can like go back and look at what went well, I'll click gallery, and it'll just show you all your trades. So what you want to do is you want to filter them by outcome. So you want to click on wins, and it'll just show you only your wins. So again, you can only just see NQ here. So if you're interested in your P&L, you can go to visibility. You can turn on direction, so it'll show you it's long. It'll show you turn on P&L. It'll show you your P&L. If you want, you can have trade score, and you can. I didn't mean to turn on date. If you want, you can have trade score along with confluences. So it'll just show you everything that went well. So as you build up your wins, you're gonna have this whole gallery of wins that you can go back, look at, see what went well, see what went wrong. Just really helpful for you to go and review your wins. You can also do the same thing for losses if you want to review your losses. So lastly, I like to do a board. So this just really shows you everything that you've done. So your break-even trades, your losses, stopped and profit, wins, and I guess I have a no outcome here. Let's just go delete this one. So yeah, board. It'll show you what's got no outcome, your wins, your loss, break-even, stopped and profit. So this journal will show you everything you need to know to succeed in trading. You have your date, direction, confluences that you use, outcome, P&L, comments, stress level. I think that stress levels are arguably one of the biggest edges you can have. If you looked at my previous video talking about how to become the 1%, you have to have emotional intelligence, and you have to know how to control your emotions when in deep drawdown and when deep in profit, and you have to know when to react according to your emotions. So yeah, I really think stress level and mood is an edge. So if you can keep that in check, then I think you're gonna be ahead of most people. But yeah, this is pretty much the essence of my trading journal. If you want to add a description here, you can add trade only New York. Like you can put your like rules: trade only New York Open, your main confluences, or what. Like I use IFEG, CSD, and liquidity. So you can put pictures in here. You can put whatever you want. Make it your own. Customize it however you want. But the main thing I would recommend you guys do this bar for bar, like stress level, mood, comments, P&L. Do all of it. And then I really think having a like place where you can go and look at your wins is gonna be really like helpful for you. So I think I do like for my main journal. I have a trophy here. So for my main wins. So as you can see, you can customize it however you want. It's totally up to you. If you're like interested in like filtering stuff out, changing up the look of it, do whatever you want. Like I said, change the cover, reposition, drag it however you want. I think I don't really care too much. This isn't my main journal. But yeah, do whatever you want. They have so many pictures on here. Make it your own. This is your trading journal. You should take pride in this. So yeah, that's pretty much the main thing I do when tracking my trades. Apart from that, I do have a physical journal that I go and log it. Like I write down my thoughts at the end of the day. It really just helps me unwind before I go to sleep. So that is pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions on this, let me know. I am currently working on the Discord right now. I will try to get that up by the end of this coming week. So Friday I'll try to have that up, like fully up and running. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to help, happy to answer questions. But this is exactly how I trade. Like I journal every single trade. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, and be patient, be humble. I'll see you guys in the next one.